Welcome to the Planet MicroCap Showcase. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our next presenter here. It is Ricardo Canavari. He is the CEO of Radiopharm Theranostics. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is RAD on the ASX. And with that, Ricardo, take it away.
Thanks a lot for having me. Very happy to have the opportunity to present. So Radiopharm Theranostics is a biotech startup recently created, and we have a big ambition, and I will try to share with you what is our approach in a very important area that is cancer. So as you know, despite significant progresses in the last 20, 30 years, there are still unmet medical need in cancer. And in particular, in some disease area, prognosis is still very poor and outcomes are really suboptimal. And our oncologist has different tools and different medicine to treat cancer. The more traditional and the more used in a very large market, a total market of $290 billion, are target therapy and chemotherapy. Is the more traditional approach and is the most used at the moment. There are also emerging platforms like immuno-oncology that is now very well established, and also cell and gene therapy. But at Radiopharm Theranostics, we personally believe that in oncology, there is going to be a new pillar, something representing the new frontier, if you like, of treating oncological disease. And these are the therapeutic radiopharmaceutical. But what are radiopharmaceutical? Well, they are based on a very simple concept. You see the tumor, and you treat the tumor. So you need to have a targeted molecule, either a peptide or a monoclonal antibody. You link this molecule with an isotope. We call it an imaging isotope. And the medicine is going to where the tumor is and highlighting the tumor using specific equipment. So you can really understand where the tumor is, either large tumor, but also small metastasis. And what you do after this, you keep exactly the same molecule, you change isotope. In this case, instead of a low energy isotope, you insert a high energy isotope or a therapeutic isotope. What is happening? The medicine goes exactly where it went before, so where the tumor is. But this time, the molecule has the power to disrupt the tumor cell's DNA. So it's a very interesting and intriguing mechanism of action. Has been proven. There are proof of concept outside that are now FDA approved. And we really believe that this is going to be the next pillar in oncology. And for this reason, we really wanted to enter this space with a significant pipeline that I will show in a moment. Interest in the space is very large. Personally, I was in Novartis in 2018 when we decided to acquire AAA for $3.9 billion. And after 10, 11 months to acquire Endocyte for an additional $2.1 billion. So as Novartis, we did $6 billion investment to enter radiopharmaceutical therapies. Of course, because there were great expectations of the potential of these assets. And other companies decided to follow a similar approach. But not only M&A, also we see more companies entering the field. IPO are growing in the segment. And of course, we as Radiopharm Theranostics decided to enter the space as well. So we are a startup biotech recently created. So we were incorporated in February 2021. in Australia. The founder is a very well-known entrepreneur, Paul Hopper. He founded multiple companies that are listed on the ASX, and he really felt that Radiopharm Theranostics can be one of the most successful companies in the space, exactly for the focus on radiopharmaceutical. We were able to raise $20 million in July, followed by a very fast IPO. So in November, we were already a public company listed on the ASX, raising an additional $50 million. We have a big ambition. We have ambition to become a recognized leader in fighting cancer, of course, leveraging the innovation of radiopharmaceutical therapies, in particular in area of high unmet medical need. This is the team that I'm very proud to lead. In my previous experience before joining Radiopharm Theranostics as CEO, I was almost 20 years in Novartis, working in specialty pharma, working in oncology, and more recently in the radiopharmaceutical division, where I was the chief commercial officer. Professor David Mosley is our Chief Medical Officer, coming from a prestigious university like Cornell University in New York City, and also with experience in pharma. Our Chief Technical Officer, Tom Tulip, also has a great experience. He's a very well-known person in nuclear medicine with very deep expertise in CMC, in supply chain, and in many other areas. And of course, I already mentioned our founder, Paul Hopper, a very successful entrepreneur and very supportive to the team. We also like to take a continuous advice if our approach is the correct one. I'm glad to say that all the inventors of our molecule decided to join the scientific advisory board of Radiopharm. And we recently had Sarah Hurwitz from UCLA, as we have a number of products developing in breast cancer, and Sarah is an amazing leader in the field, and so we really wanted to have her on board. Our business model, well, we decided to start with a business model where the great majority of our investment are really in developing and accelerating the development of our portfolio. We are a small team. We have a number of external consultants helping us, but all the money goes into development. And the reason that we strongly believe in our pipeline, the potential of our asset to be either first to market and best in class. And we have a number of clinical milestones in the next 6, 12, and 24 months. So we wanted to be sure that we can really accelerate the development. Here, at a glance, how the company is looking like. We have 5 unique assets, all with the potential of becoming important radiopharmaceutical therapies. And our asset has multi-indication potential. That's why you see that we can target up to 9 very important disease areas in oncology. Our products can play an important role in HER2 breast cancer, HER2 gastric cancer, in lung, triple negative breast, pancreatic, head and neck, prostate, osteosarcoma, and glioblastoma. So very large possibility in the solid tumor space, using our unique molecule combined with the right isotope. And that's why we are securing all the isotope supply chain that we need to bring our products to accelerated development. We have also important collaboration with some very well-known institutions. And the results of all of these, as I mentioned before, is really the acceleration of our clinical development. We have 5 trials in the imaging space, and we plan to start 3 therapeutic trials in 2022 in very important area: HER2 breast cancer, PD-L1 non-small cell lung cancer, and prostate cancer. But let me share a little bit more in details our pipeline. In 2022, we have 5 major events expected. The first one is a clinical trial readout. Our phase 2A trial with our imaging asset in brain metastasis will read out very soon, around June of this year, exactly assessing the imaging in patients with brain metastasis. And then we plan to start 4 new phase 1 trials, 1 in imaging in patients with pancreatic cancer, and 3 therapeutic phase 1 trials. 1 will start in US, we are in a pre-IND phase, and 2 will start in Australia. So breast cancer, lung cancer, and prostate cancer. We have the objective to start this very important trial in 2022. And of course, as soon as this plan is going to happen and take place, we really want to focus on the operation, so to run those trials smoothly, but also to think about the future and to think about 2023, where our ambition is not only to start having the readouts of the trial that we start this year, but also we plan to start 6 new phase 1 trials. And in this way, all our products with therapeutic potential will be in human. That's why we like to say that we have one of the deepest pipeline in the radiopharmaceutical sector. And I think that this slide is showing exactly this. A lot of effort, a lot of ambition, but also solid plan. So we are really excited by the possibility to bring so many different molecules into human and to accelerate the clinical development. Now, I like to mention also a recent acquisition that we did 2-3 weeks ago. We were able to in-license from UCLA what I believe is a great molecule. It's a monoclonal antibody called DUMP19, and this is very interesting for some specific reason. The first one is very fast internalization, and this is very helpful when you plan to use an isotope in nuclear medicine and use it as a treatment opportunity. And also the mechanism of action is like a dual action, because this monoclonal antibody is targeting both the tumor receptor, but also the tumor microenvironment. Expression of this target is in multiple organs, but we like to start from osteosarcoma. And the reason is that we know about a significant unmet medical need, but also we know how our asset that is targeting LRRC15 expression is one of the most interesting now into development, also compared to other targets very well known. So LRCC15 is expressed in multiple tumor types. We like to start from osteosarcoma, but then we have the potential to develop our new products in multiple indications, and we really want to make a difference for those patients. So we cannot wait to start this trial, and this will happen relatively soon, considering that we just acquired the molecule. So in a summary, we are in a fast-growing market with one of the deepest pipeline. Radiopharmaceutical therapy represents a new pillar in the $290 billion oncology market, and we expect this to grow very fast. Untapped potential in area of high unmet medical need, and a lot of investment, a lot of interest from large pharma to enter this space. In this growing market, Radiopharm Theranostics has one of the deepest pipeline in terms of molecule with therapeutic potential. We are well advanced, in particular with our imaging trial. We have more than 150 patients that had been dosed until now. We continue to look at the market with an opportunistic business development strategy. That means that if we see a very high potential molecule that is a good fit for our portfolio, we can think about further expanding our already strong and solid pipeline. And what probably makes the most in our team is our ambition, really the ambition to improve outcomes in patients living with oncological disease. So excited to be here. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to present Radiopharm Theranostics, and thank you for your attention.